The company match in your 401k is not free money. Here's why. In this video, we're going to challenge a belief that most Americans saving for retirement blindly follow to their ultimate demise. We're diving into the topic that many financial advisors swear by, the company match in your 401k. But is this really the golden ticket they claim it to be? Stick around because I'm about to reveal the 5 reasons why the so-called free money is actually a trap. Hi, I'm Ryan D. Lee, a non-traditional financial strategist, and I help people take control over their money and their life and create a passive income machine to achieve financial freedom in 10 years or less. I've done it myself, and I've helped hundreds of others do the same, and I know with the right mindset and strategy, you can as well. Alrighty, let's get into it, my friends. This is a dirty little topic, a conspiracy theory, if you will. The company match in a 401k is often held as a no-brainer benefit. You contribute a portion of your salary and your employer matches it up to a certain percentage. Free money, right? Who doesn't want the free money that your company is willing to give you, helping you prepare for retirement? So let's dig into this a little bit deeper. First, the concept of free money is when your company tells you that they're going to match a portion of your contributions into a company-sponsored 401k. For example, if you choose to contribute $5,000 of your pay to the company 401k, then your company might match it up to a certain amount, like maybe even $3,000, maybe even all the way the full $5,000. This match is what most people, especially traditional financial advisors, like to call free money. But is it really free, or is it a cleverly designed trap that costs you ultimately your retirement and all of your future dreams? Let's get into the 5 reasons why your company match is not free money and instead it's a trap. Reason number 1, the 401k isn't actually working.
You're joking, right?
Listen, the stats are overwhelming. Today, there is a retirement crisis. Over 70% of retirement assets, representing over $30 trillion of Americans' hard-earned money, is in the market. It's in plans like your 401k. Yet, more and more Americans are retiring broke. What the financial planning space often overlooks or conveniently fails to mention is that while a 401k can help you grow your money, my friends, it is a lousy investment when it comes to retirement planning. In the comments, I share with you a link to one of my other videos on this channel where I demonstrate why, if you have $1 million in a 401k, it's only capable of creating for you a mere $40,000 of future taxable income. $1 million equaling $40,000 of future taxable income. This is why a 401k is literally a lousy tool when you're planning for retirement. The entire concept of retirement planning is to generate a future stream of income. And a 401k does a very poor job at doing just that. But here's the question. If it's not working, every dollar that you contribute to a broken system is a dollar wasted. I mean, honestly, who cares if your money grows a little bit? If it doesn't help you retire with more income, then what's the point? If you put money into it just to get the free money, the match, then you are ultimately falling into a money trap. You are going to become one of the statistics who is failing at their retirement plan because you opted in for the free money. Reason number 2, control. Every dollar that you put into a 401k is a dollar that you are voluntarily giving up control over. Think about this. You have control over how you earn your money. You chose your profession. You worked hard to build up your skill sets. You create real value in the world. You control your income as a producer. But now that you have a dollar to invest with the intention of retiring one day, you're getting ready to voluntarily give up control over that dollar and hand it to someone else. And I want you to think about who you're handing it to, whether you have a financial advisor or you're just blindly putting it in your company-sponsored 401k. Who is actually looking out for your best interest? You've already lost control of your money once you put it into a 401k, and the reality of it is, even if you have a financial advisor, that person does not control the outcome of what you're invested in. That person is managing a pool of money. They likely don't know anything about your goals, and they're picking and choosing stocks inside of a mutual fund, hoping that something will go up. Their entire game is you giving away your control, and the reality of it is they don't have any control over the outcome either. Now listen, my friends, this is a major portion of you becoming financially free. You have to understand that you being in control over a predictable process is the key to financial freedom. If you're giving up your control to someone else and they don't perform, you're abdicating the responsibility when ultimately the responsibility is yours. And speaking of where your money's at, I want to talk just a moment about volatility. Let's discuss market risk. The stock market, it's unpredictable. We all understand that. Sure, it can go up, but it can also go down. It could plummet, erasing years of hard-earned savings in the blink of an eye. Do you really want to gamble your financial future on market whims? Let me give you an example. Let's say you have $10,000 in your 401k. Some of that might even be the free money that enticed you to get into it in the beginning. If the market drops by 20%, your account balance goes from $10,000 down to $8,000. But now here's the crazy part. It's going to take a 25% return just to get back to where you started, the original $10,000. Every time the market drops, you have to earn a higher return because you're earning that return on a smaller number to get back to a break-even point. These fluctuations can significantly impact your retirement planning and highlight why you shouldn't fall into the free money trap. You don't have any control over if and when you'll have enough money to retire. You're just along for the ride with some free money to keep you company. If you're finding this content valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with a friend, because friends, they don't let friends retire broke, and friends don't let friends give away their money in the hope of getting something for free. The third reason why I don't want you to fall for the free money trap is access and liquidity. The second you choose to put your money in a 401k, you lose complete access to it until you're 60. Let me help you see this for what it actually is. Now listen, I have a couple of teenagers. For years, they looked forward to the opportunity to drive. But I didn't just give them the keys to a car for 16 years. Why? Because as their parent, I knew that they were not smart enough, they were not capable enough to drive until they matured and went through enough training to prove they could responsibly handle a car. Even now, let's be honest, I'm still a little bit nervous that my teenagers are on the road driving. But do you see the parallel with your money? When you put your money into a 401k, the powers that be, mainly the government, basically tell you that you're not smart enough, you're not capable enough, and you're not mature enough to have access to your money anymore. You have to wait until you're 59 and a half to be able to access it again. And if you need access to your money before that age, well then my friends, bad news for you. You are charged with a 10% bad behavior penalty for accessing your money before you're smart enough, mature enough, and capable enough to handle your own money. Now, I know I'm joking about this, but can you see the irony in someone who mismanages their money, think about the federal government, telling you how to manage your own money and locking you or restricting you from accessing your money until a future age? Now let's put some numbers to this. If you need to withdraw $10,000 from your 401k before the age of 59 and a half to cover a medical expense, to cover the cost of a wedding, or to invest in a better opportunity, to access that money, you're going to pay a 10% penalty. Plus, you're going to pay taxes. If you're in the 24% tax bracket, that's a 34% hit, leaving you with just $6,600 of the $10,000 that you had in your account. Now, my friends, who is better equipped to handle your money, you or someone else? And here's the truth. If you think that you shouldn't have access to your money, then my friends, either keep watching the videos on this channel to raise your financial IQ, or consider that this channel is not a good use of your time. Because the only way you're going to become financially free is if you take control over what is yours, your money. And this brings me to reason number 4 of why your 401k is not free money. It's the hidden costs. In order for a company match into a 401k to really be free, you would have to ultimately get something for nothing, right? Now, I know when I was growing up, my dad said there's nothing free in life. While you might think that that match is truly free, you are failing to consider the real cost of ultimately having a 401k. Market-based funds like 401ks are very deceptive in terms of how they allocate their cost to you. But let's take away the 401k for just a minute. In order for you to feel like you get real value when you buy something, you have to know the price you paid relative to the value you received. If you paid an amount of money and got back way more value than it cost you, you would be satisfied with your transaction. Conversely, if you bought something and received less value than advertised or even anticipated, then you would be disappointed and likely seek a refund. But the main thing to determine whether or not you got value is you have to know the cost of the thing you're buying. So let me ask you an important question. How much does it cost you in real dollars to have your money in a 401k? The fact that you don't know this is kind of odd, right? Why wouldn't you know the cost? Why isn't this advertised? Ultimately, at the end of the day, my belief is they do not really want you to see how skewed the value equation is in their favor, not yours. Let me give you an example. Your 401k might be one of the most expensive things that you've ever purchased, and you didn't even know it. The way 401ks and other market-based accounts charge fees is through a percentage-based fee on the total assets that they manage on your behalf. This percentage is usually pretty small. It's usually between somewhere 1% on the low end up to maybe 3 to 4% on the high end. With such a small percentage, it's easy to assume that it doesn't really cost that much. What's 1 or 2% of a big sum of money? And this is where the real deception comes in. A 2% assets under management fee compounded over a long enough period of time will end up costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars in real money and double that cost in the opportunity cost of lost money inside of your account. Let me explain. If you saved $20,000 a year and received $5,000 a year for a company match, and you put your money into a 401k earning a continuous compounding rate of return of 8%, you would end up with over $3 million 30 years from now. And if you think your 401k is ultimately free, that is what you would expect. But if the 401k that you're putting your money into had just a small 2% assets under management fee, you might casually brush it aside to say that's a trivial small number. But here's the reality, my friends. That small fee will actually cost you over $1 million over that same 30-year time frame. Here's how it works. The bigger your account balance gets from your savings, your company match, and compounding growth, the bigger your 2% assets under management fee gets. And as you can see on this chart right here, at the end of 30 years, your ending account balance would be just over $2 million. In fact, $2,033,896 to be exact. But my friends, that's a 34% difference from what you were expecting if you thought your 401k was free to ultimately what you're getting. That's $1 million cost, both in real dollars and opportunity cost. My friends, your 401k isn't free, and it's likely costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars when compounded over a long enough period of time. Now, hopefully you can see why a tiny yet very deceptive 2% annual fee really helps you understand that your 401k was never meant to be free. Think about it this way. The biggest buildings, the nicest places on New York, on Wall Street, are all from the people who are managing your money, charging you fees that you have no idea about. My friends, they are getting rich while you take all of the risk. And to make matters worse, you would pay this cost in years that you not only win in the market, but in years that you lose as well. Which ultimately means in a year that the account goes down, you're still paying your benevolent asset manager for the privilege of losing money. This is why John Bogle, one of the original creators and early adopters of the 401k, said this about now the insidious nature of mutual funds and asset managers that now dominate 401ks. He said that the magic of compounding interest is overcome by the tyranny of compound fees. You can now see this for yourself. And the worst part about it is it's not disclosed to you. And this brings me to the final reason why your company match is not free money, and it's ultimately trapping you in the corporate rat race forever. Reason number 5, it's just that, it's entrapment. Now listen, I've outlined some pretty damning facts about the 401k in this video, but that doesn't mean most people who push these accounts, from HR advisors to well-meaning financial advisors, are deceptive and lying individuals. On the contrary, I believe that most of these people are good-hearted individuals doing what they think is right, but ultimately they are naive. But their lack of knowledge is costing you big time, and I do not want you to let their lack of knowledge deceive you from the real intent behind the corporate world pushing 401ks. But there are people, usually at the top, the people who are choosing these plans, instituting, creating these plans, and they know exactly what they are doing. And they are doing it to serve their interests, not yours. Listen, a 401k traps you in what many people today call the proverbial rat race for the majority of your life. Every day you wake up, you go to work, you trade the best days and years of your life working at a job you tolerate at best or absolutely hate at worst, but you feel trapped by nonetheless. You do this to make enough money to survive today and then hopefully save enough money to one day buy your life back. This is the dream of retirement. Corporations used to guarantee your retirement with what were called defined benefit plans or pensions. A pension would provide a guarantee for an income stream for life. You would trade your career working for a company, and they would in turn give you a guaranteed stream of income up to or the majority of your last salary for the rest of your life when you get ready to retire. And for most people, this day never comes. And if it does, it comes in a way that they weren't expecting. They retire poor, they're hoping for Social Security to cover the major gap in the lack of income that the 401k provides, and they don't get to ever live the dreams that they once aspired to have in retirement. Now, my friends, this is a trap. It's trapping you into a system to work until you can't anymore or until the day you die, rather than retiring with the life that you've ultimately earned over a long career. My friends, your 401k is not free. And when you get a company match, this is money that your company could have just as easily given you in the form of compensation. So you could have charted your own path to investing and achieving financial freedom on your own rather than relying on a system that costs you everything. So don't fall for the trap. Take control over your financial future. Understand the real costs and make informed decisions. My friends, if you found this video useful, not only share it with someone else, go talk to your HR advisor right now and start making different decisions with your money and ultimately your pathway to financial freedom. Remember, the goal of this channel is to help you rise up and live free, to take control over your financial future today. And step one for so many people is stop contributing money to a broken system with the elusive, hollow promise of getting a little bit of free money. That's it, my friends. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join the community and start your journey to financial freedom right now. I'll see you on the next video.
Fearless.